On the next sheet, I wanted to talk about changing case because it's something more neat and tidy than maybe practical. But for organizational purposes, a lot of times we want to change the case of something. And on this page, what I've done is I've grabbed the raw keyword data here that's all grayed out from one of the columns from the previous page.
Show them exactly how you do that, please. Could you show them exactly how you grab that data?
Sure. So let's pretend that this isn't here anymore. And come in here, I'm just going to grab some of the keywords that I wanted to use. Okay?
Okay.
I could grab, more, but I wanted to just enough to kind of show you what I'm doing. So I'm going to then, in this case, I'm going to paste special and just paste the values in.
Otherwise, it would paste the formulas. I get it.
Yeah, I don't want to. I have that concatenation formula sitting there, so I've pasted that information in here, and this is the raw keyword data. Now, highlighted with a line around it over here is the information that you need to update keywords into AdWords Editor, and these headers are pulled directly out of AdWords Editor. You just go onto the keyword tab of AdWords Editor and grab any single keyword, drop it into an Excel sheet, and it'll automatically create these headers for you. You can get rid of any of the data that you were pulling, keep the headers. And those are the ones that you need: campaign, ad group, keyword, keyword type, and MAC CPC, which you don't even need if you're bidding at the ad group level. Kind of thinking ahead, I'm just pretending that for some reason I'm expanding in AdWords campaign to market some kind of gardening product, and I'm calling this new campaign Garden Club Expansion. And I haven't come up with an ad group name yet, and we'll actually do that in the next exercise. But I want to put the keywords in. Now, let's say you are kind of anal retentive like me. I could have just dropped the information that's in gray, the actual keywords, right here on the Keywords tab, and yeah, it would work because AdWords doesn't pay any attention to case, and even to a lot of punctuation it doesn't pay attention to. But the way that we structure everything at RocketClicks, just to make everything unique, tidy, we always have title case for campaigns and for ad groups, and then we have strict lowercase even for proper nouns in keywords. And this is actually how Google will report things in the keyword tools that they have. And so we try to mimic the standards that Google AdWords itself has. So when you look into an account, you kind of see things in their uniform, and it's pleasing to the eye, and it shows a sense of organization. So this is not totally important in this case, but it makes for a good example of how to use case functions, which is the next thing I'd like to show everyone. If you look right now up at the formula bar, the formula for making something lowercase is simply to type the word lower and then in parentheses whatever information you want to make lowercase, or a cell reference. In this case, I'm referencing back to the raw data, which is in cell A2. So it's Ravenswood with a capital R back there, and here in column D, it's strict lowercase. And if we go down to the next one, it's taken both the E and V in East Village and made that lowercase.
Got it. I think that's fair
now,
enough.
I'm showing people tools. I'm showing you all these tools. This may not seem important. It might seem kind of trivial, but there are places where capitalization matters, and a good one to think of is destination URLs for advanced back-end systems. A lot of times, how that information comes in, it treats something different if it's capitalized capitalized or not, or it's expecting, and it's usually lowercase, and it's also very sensitive about spaces. So there are practical, considerations where you can use some of these tools, or this particular one. But I thought this was a very good visual one to see sort of like how you can build something out.
Very good. Gotcha.
Now we don't need to use uppercase or sentence case or title case, but they also exist. And I'm just going to add an example. If I change the word lower to the word upper, now we see it in all caps. If you prefer to look at things that way, of course, you're welcome to do that. If you like everything in title case, the key word is proper in Excel, which is actually different from what it would be in SQL.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't know they had that. That's good.
So there you have that as well.
And that's useful for body text of the AdWords ads.
It's useful for that. It's also useful for us because campaigns and ad groups we create in title style capitalization, title case.
So and again, I should emphasize that it's taken us 10 or 15 minutes to explain this, but what this empowers you to do is take literally hundreds of keywords or ad groups or ads and make alterations 1, 2, 3.
Right, because it's once I have this set, if these were all empty, if I push this down, it does it automatically for me all the way down.
Yep.
Now, to be visually nice to everyone who's looking at this, I only included 20 words. But if I had 10,000 words and I click that same thing, it would go and do all of them for me.
What are you press? What are you pressing to move it down that quickly?
When a cell is highlighted at the bottom right, there's a little extra black square.
Are you just dragging that all the way down?
Yeah, actually,
Okay.
I was just double clicking it to make it go. But you could also drag it as well.
Got it.
It'll work just the same.
I didn't realize you could.
That's how we
Very good.
switch that around. Now to take this to the next level, you see that the ad group is missing here. Let's say theoretically that we knew there was a list somewhere that had all the different Chicago neighborhoods and grouped them together by what part of the city they were in. And that information is actually available in a couple places, like the weekly paper there has something like that. You can grab that data. You can do something called a lookup table in order to populate your ad group without having to manually look it up yourself. So that's the next thing. So, Glenn, have you ever used lookup tables?
Gosh, a long time ago, but I've really forgotten how they work.
Okay. So, again, I've grayed out the stuff that's not actually going to be used in AdWords Editor. It's kind of the sample data, the helpful data that we're using to get where we want to go. I have copied the stem of the neighborhood from the first page, dropped it in here, and I've copied the keyword data in here that we had last time. So I just copied that over, along with all of the information